all constitutional rights have been suspended. Stay in your home. Do not attempt to contact loved ones, insurance agents, or attorneys. Shut up. Do not attempt to think or depression may occur. Stay in your home. Curfew is at 7 p.m. sharp after work. Anyone caught outside the gates of their subdivision sectors after curfew will be shot. Remain calm. Do not panic. Your neighborhood watch officer will be by to collect urine samples in the morning. Anyone caught interfering with the collection of urine samples will be shot. Stay in your home. Remain calm. The number one enemy of progress is questions. National security is more important than individual will. All sports broadcasts will proceed as normal. No more than 2 people may gather anywhere without permission. Use only the drugs prescribed by your boss or supervisor. Shut up! Be happy. Obey all orders without question. The comfort you demanded is now mandatory. Be happy. At last, everything is done for you.
Make sure you push the turnstile forward so the fan can be recorded. Make sure you push the turnstile. Make sure you push the turnstile forward so the fans are registered. No, which one? The phone's on the platform. said my monitor is scene 1. Tell me what you see.
Act 4. Ask you what you're doing here.
What?
Ask you what you're doing here.
I'm just taping this.
What is it? What are you taping? What are you taping?
It's, they're, players.
Do you have a permit to do this?
A permit to do
Yeah.
this here?
Yeah, do you?
I need a permit to do this.
What are they doing actually? What are they doing?
Yeah, I think you need a
What are they
A
actually
permit to do
doing?
this? I don't.
You don't?
This is public space.
What?
This is public space.
What's that?
You understand?
Regulation against this?
Where is this? Down the ramp?
Yeah, down there.
You see what's going on down the ramp? Oh, yeah.
Can you tell them the cops are coming?
Yeah, but they went the wrong
Everybody
way.
scatter, please. No more loitering. Goes over. Everybody out. Goes over. Everybody stop. Out, out, out. There's no business in the station. Out.
What do you mean? We ain't got no permit to do that.
What's happening over there?
Hey, buzz me in. Please.
Right there. So they're working in the middle of a movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
The surveillance camera players.
Oh. So why you saying like something's going on? It could have been real, clunk. That's a joke. So why are you guys doing this?
To show that there's surveillance cameras everywhere you turn.
Yeah, but who doesn't know that?
I know.
It's like a joke.
It is a joke.
Yeah, everybody knows.
I know. That's why they're...
So who could be like stupid there or do anything? End of story. So anyway.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes, in charge here. Do you have
What are we doing here?
You have a TA that you can do this? Technically, right now, you're blocked. What are we doing? Right now, there's a girl standing in front of the cameras. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking to you. Excuse me. There's a girl videotaping from the camera, which is the main camera. That's the scene. Watch all the whole station. She's standing there, she's blocking me out. And she tells me that she can't
Our motto is hit it and quit it. Do this before the security guy comes and speaks to you.
Want to take the sign away from you, please? You can't put the sign. You can't do something like that.
It's public space, and we can. We can move this. We don't want to hurt the wall.
But by the time the cops get here, we'll be long gone, so don't bother. Why don't you just let us have our fun? And then we're doing a TV show here. You can see I'm wired for TV. These are all TV people. By the time the cops come, this is 30 seconds, it was 2 minutes. In 2.5 minutes, we'll be out of here and having lunch.
Cool. So sad. In order. But I can't film the building at all. Yes. In order. Susan, just move the chair.
Turn away, turn away. Ready, go.
Hey, you gotta stop this. Sir, you gotta stop. All right?
I'm fully mic'd.
Excuse me?
I'm fully mic'd. And we'll be done. As I was explaining to the other gentleman, please don't.
No.
Please.
You can't do this here.
This is a public place.
Yeah, but you're filming my building, the wall, and the restaurant here.
It's
and they don't want
private
that.
footage.
No, it's not. You can't do this here. Okay?
We'll be done in 2.5 hours.
Stop now.
Hey, pardon me.
Michael.
This is just amazing. I had no idea that this was really so organized and wonderful.
Well, at the moment as I explained to the other, he seemed to understand, we're just doing this, and you're not
No,
filming,
you need
you're doing
insurance.
recording me.
There's a lot of things that have to be done before you can film on this property. You gotta have insurance.
Well, isn't it sir, I don't mean to be difficult, but it's a public place.
It
says
is
so on the
open to the public, but the activities that taking care here, it is still private property.
But we're under,
Private property open to the public,
but
and you can't do this here.
We're under 21 people.
No.
We're only doing something that's going to last 2 minutes.
No.
You're only proving our point about how ominous the situation is here.
Can't do this here.
The only reason we're here is to show that this public place feels ominous because there's a surveillance camera and people are not free to do what they
That's
want.
private property there, and we're protecting that.
It's history. How can you own the Berlin
Because it
Wall?
was purchased. It is owned. It's somebody's private artwork.
The idea of that seems crazy to me, that someone could actually own the Berlin Wall.
You guys stop, please.
It's history.
It was purchased by the German government.
Right.
It is part of an art form. That's somebody's artwork on there by a well-known artist.
Right.
It's a private collection. You can't film it.
It's not being filmed.
Stop now, please. We already told the police.
The police, I don't mind seeing the police, they say the same thing every 2
Well,
years.
we have a very good relationship, and they will stop this.
Okay, I'm super sorry. Okay, folks,
Pack it up and go.
this is 1984. 15 years too late. Kicking in now. David, you might as well stop. No, Kimberly, we don't want the thought police coming to us. They can read your thoughts. We should stop. Where's the one, the last one? So just stop it. And then the last one we'll show is...
There's no money in revolting. Believe me, I've tried.
Wait, I said we should just flip these all up so we can just line them up.
Why are you all busy?
Because I prefer not to be filmed.
Well, that's all right, but why are you all mad?
I'm not mad.
What do you mean you're not mad? Well, what's the job? I don't get it.
My job is to keep them building. Stop filming.
Yeah, but we would have already been gone.
Yeah, that was our point, is that in all this time that's been taken up, and all this...
We'd have been gone, and now
We
you
would
got
have
to
been
look at all
gone.
the action you got.
Yeah, we would have been ignored, and you've made this a success.
Don't be mad though, man. We're just
I wouldn't
doing
get mad if you got that out of my face.
I'm not. It's over there. It's over
Second
there.
ago was on me.
That's right. It was.
All right. So you can round these up.
Would you consider this a success?
3 years ago, we were stopped we were doing a little play that was 8 acts long, and we were stopped by somebody
Try to
very
walk into that
similar.
if you'd like.
Who stopped us 6 acts into an 8-act play.
Oh, that's not bad.
This is what it's like to be in the surveillance camera plays. Yeah.
That we're recording constantly. Okay, here we are in a subway station, one of the more active ones, as you see, in the New York City subway station. It's where the 1 and 9 lines, which are local, crosses over the L line, which is also a local. There are, as you see, 4 entrances here, and they're all pooling into one place. We have used this area in the past. We recorded our best work of 1984 here. Susan was part of the troupe then. Paul had not yet joined. The reason that we pick areas such as this, as I can show you, is that we actually have access to the monitor itself. which means not only do we know that we're being taped, we're being recorded on a camera, we can also actually see what it looks like. This is the token booth, presumably that the Securitech, the reason that the cameras, the monitors are here is so that the token booth clerks can see if there's a problem and then call the police. We will be appearing on station C1. I'll have to show you it more closely. We will be here. C1 mezzanine camera. That will be our TV station for the night. The actual camera itself that Paul and I are about to walk to is just about 15 or 20 feet. Once we get through these set of turnstiles, it's over in a hallway. We are now walking towards said hallway. We'll be right down there, folks. You'll probably be able to see that very nondescript looking white rectangular box is actually the surveillance camera. We'll be setting ourselves up so we can actually perform right in front of it. If you can't see us, and we're already attracting a crowd, if you can't see us, yell and we'll move. So let's see, how should we divide this up between you and I? How's that? Over to the center?
Very good.
Okay, you can see both boards then. That's good. Tape's rolling. You're being watched. You should watch the whole show.
It's on the monitor right out there.
When you get outside, there's a monitor. We're on the monitor. Oh, that's it. Well, we'll switch. We'll do this a couple of times.
I think that'd be a good idea to do that.
All right, that's a good idea.
Sure, at least.
Well, we'll do this. We'll just go through this and ditch that other one.
Surveillance cameras?
Telling them to go away.
You're telling me to go?
Oh no, we're telling the cameras to go away.
The point is you're not supposed to know. But when you confront them head on, it takes away the surveillance.
Yeah, that was a central thing when it came to the surveillance cameras in the park.
What you're doing is taping the video. The surveillance camera.
you know it's me.
All right, so now ditch the Big Brother thing. So now, Paul, ditch the Big Brother thing, put it to the side, and hold up that. We're now starting the show again. Yes. Oh yeah.
But you saw the car?
Oh yeah. Oh, they called. I didn't want to scare you guys. They called right away. The guy used the phone right away.
They have to come down.
Hey. What the fuck do they know? Bunch of bozos. Oh, I'm sorry, my mic is on. I should not be calling members of the New York's finest bozos. Does this look like I'm promoting myself? I mean, honestly.
Well, you're not wearing a mask. I like this one.
No. I wore a mask the last time we were here. I told you they'd be here. You're here for the commercial break. We're a group that protests surveillance cameras by doing satirical plays in front of them. And the folks outside is Toronto Television, City TV.
Okay. Did you get your footage? Because you got to move on.
We're 3 boards away from being done. You're in the shot. You know, they're going to see your back, but...
Why do they have to go?
Well, what we're doing is we are protesting without a permit. And in this city, you have to have a permit to do practically anything.
Correct. Is that the last one?
That's the last one. Corporate sponsorship.
That's it?
That's it.
But what if it was performance?
That was a performance.
You have to have a permit to perform too.
And we take a bow.
Beautiful. You know that camera's only playing right in front there.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Basically, we did it so that we could see what it looks like on the monitors. They shoot it, we show up on the camera.
Okay.
And then they videotape it. And then we get to videotape of what it looks like. And they're going to put it on Canadian television. And you, sir, are probably going to be in the footage too.
Oh, well.
You may have to design a depiction release form or something like that. We were in Washington Square Park.
What's that though? That camera is hooked up right there so the token will plug if she sees anything, she can call the police.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
It just makes... It is?
Late at night.
Uh-oh. Well, then I'm glad we got the hell out of there then.
That's what the camera's there for, so no one gets robbed in the tub.
Maybe they can pop the service bill for us. No. Bye-bye, good night.
Yes.
Now, wasn't that exciting? I hope you got all of that. That, you got that and more.
Des caméras, certains ont décidé d'agir pour faire connaître leur inquiétude et pour sensibiliser les autres. C'est le cas de Bill Brown, à la tête des Surveillance Camera Players, les comédiens des caméras de surveillance.
Adam, are we on stage?
Cette troupe hors du commun organise à l'occasion des représentations devant les caméras du métro de New York. Les agents de sécurité du métro et les voyageurs ont ainsi pu assister à peu de frais à des adaptations silencieuses du Bureau et d'En attendant Godot.
Évidemment, il est important de s'amuser tout en protestant contre la présence des caméras de surveillance dans le métro. La plupart des gens protestent en disant qu'ils sont contre la vidéosurveillance. Nous, nous employons la parodie et la satire. Les gens en sont conscients, mais ils l'oublient facilement. Et ce qui m'inquiète, c'est que les gens s'habituent à l'invasion de leur vie privée.
As we close out the 20th century, lo and behold, without any public hearings, without any kind of public awareness, we woke up one morning in the end of the 20th century and we found over 2,000 surveillance cameras just in Manhattan alone. The emergence in America, in urban areas particularly, of surveillance cameras is a classic example of how people lose their freedom.
When we talk about video surveillance in contemporary New York, we're talking about the use of surveillance not just in these very specific areas where there are federal buildings, but all over the city, into where people live, where people work, and where they go to recreate, parks, and so forth.
At this point, we're putting them in housing developments and subways, and we've already put them in some parks like Washington Square, and they really work.
It really enhances the patrolman's job, you know, because it covers a faster area. It's more of a deterrent, so the potential guy that's going to commit a crime is going to think twice about it.
I would feel as though it was a protection for my daughter as a student here. I think it's a safety device, and I consider it to be a good thing.
In a way, of course, you feel safer because you know that if like a crime or something goes down, the police are more likely to see it. But on the other hand, it's like they're in a way invading your privacy, I think.
They should put up a sign notifying the people that this area is under surveillance, under video surveillance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That would probably help in being a larger deterrent of crime than just putting up a secret camera that nobody knows about.
This is a map of Manhattan. The red pins are private surveillance cameras. The yellow pins are government, federal, state, and city surveillance cameras. The argument is that we're putting the surveillance cameras in order to deter criminal activity. But when you look at the map and you look at high crime areas, for example, Harlem or Washington Heights, there's relatively few cameras. Where the cameras are concentrated the most is where our office is in the Wall Street area, in the southern tip of Manhattan, the greatest concentration of the cameras, and in Midtown Manhattan, leading to a speculation that it's really about property. And the surveillance cameras are monitoring the areas of economic business, and that it's really about protecting property rights rather than necessarily criminal activity.
You are being watched for your own safety. Public service announcement by the surveillance camera players. In this public park, there are 10 very sophisticated surveillance cameras, and they're turned on and monitored 24 hours a day by police officers stationed in the communications van parked permanently on the park's south side. The police are watching me read this. with cameras sophisticated enough to read these very words right over my shoulder from 100 feet away. So relax, you're safe here. Forget we mentioned any of this. Smile, Big Brother is watching you. Where we're going to is a society of universal surveillance, in which the idea of the private sphere doesn't exist anymore, that every part of what we used to call private life is now being surveilled. People can use cameras to watch their own homes via the internet. If they're away and they're concerned that their rare stamp collection is going to be burgled, there are websites that allow you to dial in and look at your own home from work. So that surveillance will become a general reality for everyone in the society. At a police department, I believe it was in Buffalo, installed surveillance cameras, and they found out where one of them was pointing, and the surveillance camera was not pointing where it should have been pointing, which is in public, but was pointing in a bedroom of a young woman. And that the woman's mother sued, and that's how they found out the camera was being routed to watch a young woman dress and undress. The more we introduce these cameras into society, the more abuse that there's going to be. We're simply giving a tool for greater abuse to people. So it isn't simply criminals who should be made uncomfortable by this. It's anybody who has a sense that their privacy is something that is essentially human about them. Many people have the idea that a private company has every right to surveil its own premises, and that that's perfectly understandable. It isn't just a question of protecting their property, it's also protecting their interests, and those are always political interests. I think the people who win in the long term is a global corporate culture. If you look at the type of environment that surveillance cameras are producing, they're producing a place where really it's safe to do business.
Unless there's a regulatory scheme imposed, you're going to see a proliferation of surveillance cameras, and in a relatively short period of time, maybe within 10 to 20 years, you'll probably have surveillance cameras on almost every street corner.
We are all on candid camera.
Well, some amateur actors in New York don't like it, and they're playing to the cameras anyway. CNN's Jeannie Most has the story, or most of it.
Maybe you think cameras are a little too candid, and you're not smiling. Which one do you think is a surveillance camera here?
Very hard to tell.
I don't even know what they look like. Can you point out one?
That was rather suspicious here, that tubular thing.
There are globes hanging off tubular things. There are doggy cams used to monitor inmates. There are nanny cams, in this case, catching the nanny napping rather than babysitting. There are traffic cams, nabbing motorists who run red lights.
That's the secret, sneaky way to do it.
Cameras got you feeling spooked? Hey, we present the surveillance camera players.
We're sort of temporarily seizing and diverting the surveillance system and making it our TV show.
Law and order, it ain't, though occasionally the NYPD Blues show up. The surveillance camera players generally videotape their own silent, G-rated performances.
Ask you what you're doing here?
I'm just taping this.
This particular performance took place in front of a subway surveillance camera. The best seat in the house usually belongs to the clerk in the token booth.
Some of them ask people to get out of the way so they can actually watch the performance. Others call the police immediately.
A proofreader by profession, Bill Brown, leads this band of surveillance camera-hating non-actors.
Susan, you get 2.
But they're smokers, too. You're worried about surveillance cameras, and these guys are smoking.
Bill is into personal freedom. We caught up with SCP performing before surveillance cameras surrounding New York City Hall. Since the cameras are disguised, who watches the watchers left some watching the performance puzzled, and sometimes even when they explain. The point is to highlight that surveillance cameras are everywhere.
Yeah, but who doesn't know that?
The performances last only a minute or two. SCP even parodies CNN.
This is Headline News.
On Headline News, surveillance style, national news consists of an assault rifle, local news consists of a devilish Mayor Giuliani, and sports is reduced to a dollar sign. Like real surveillance videos, SCPs don't always have a happy ending. Nevertheless, theirs inspired us to make our own.
See, no, evil.
Shake it up.
Shake 'em, baby. Shake 'em, baby.
Jeannie Moe, CNN, New York.
Hey, it doesn't take much to entertain some people.
That's right. And on that note, keep watching. Morning News is up next. I'm Carol Lynn.
And I'm Leon Harris. Stay tuned. Have a good weekend. See you next time around.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Good morning, sinners. No, that wasn't your radio sets on the book again.
Contemplating on a wrinkle in a razor. Telepathic warfare, mind-boggling, amazing. Unseen fingers pulling unstoppable triggers. Visible crosshairs illuminate like flares. Number 72 Tetra. Grammaton Electra. Fine now, you're dying now. It's time to stop the lying. Killing with the robbing. Kneeling in the bobbing. Unconditional, medicinal. I'm breaking with traditional. The ways you blaze could put you in the haze for days. I'm my own boss. Time to give myself a raise. Fire you and get a brand new team around me. I was never lost, so how the fuck you found me? Keep your eye on the dollar, falling from my tree. Subconscious, subliminal like Dollar Tree.
The night I had a conversation with the talking tree to raise my mental clarity and my dexterity. I rise to the occasion, mirror to the sun, my right hand. Understand the power of 1 + 1 and 2 pair of lungs well spoken. Like from all of you, my lyrics have that ass so you could even soak in. I'm from a spiritual osmosis if you feel alone and hopeless. An outsider, battle between the greases and the socials. Life is just a game, we be the coaches. With mad referees, blowing whistles. Cash got fistfuls, smoking pistols. These are early dismissal, clear as crystal. You meet head, you're full of gristle. Chewing the fat, you ask why it's like that. Putting physical selves up on a shelf. They call me mausoleum, superior being, divine routines and rhyming. I'm blowing up the spot like a hymen. Focus on the bird in the park that can't fly. Focus on the truth, never focus on the lie. Look at all the shit in your town and that's why. Focus on the camera hanging in the sky. From beginning to the end, by myself and all alone. Well, in my head, there's a place I call my home. By the time you figure out what the hell is going on, a little bit too late, you're extinct like Mastodon.
Look about you carefully.